When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. This will probably be a shorter part, but this is going to be the last part of this series, so let's get right into it. Izuku is standing in front of the League of Villains in the bar with the rest of the League, including All For One, as he informed of what their plan is going to be. Izuku spoke up. Before we go all for one, I need to take care of one thing. And what's that? In your current condition, you will be much challenged for the rest of my kind and their bastard leader. So let's fix that. I'm not as talented in healing magic, but I should be able to fix you right up. As he extends his hand outward towards All For One, as All For One starts to glow a bright green color that engulfs his entire body, healing him instantly. For once, for the first time in many years, All For One can breathe normally. As he took off his mask, as he stares at the mirror that's in the bar, sees his face fully healed, even his white hair returned. Izuku is leaning against the bar counter, breathing heavy. That took a lot of magic out of him to heal someone with that severe injuries. But unknowns to Izuku and All For One, he managed to heal his body and mind. It's going to take some time for him to get back to his old self, but it's in process. Amazing. I'm at 100% in my prime. As All For One starts to laugh uncontrollably. My boy, you have succeeded where my good old doctor has failed. You have my thanks, but for now you should probably rest. Shigaraki, take him back to the room. We'll continue this tomorrow. Of course, Sensei. Come on, my love. I'll take you to my room. Before you leave, can you do the same thing to All Might? By any chance? I would have to take a look at it if he's injured at all, but yes, it should be in my power. Good. I can't wait for that day. When I can fight All Might in his prime again. I'm all giddy with excitement of the thought of that. The moment he lay down on the bed, he passed out instantly, recovering from using healing magic to such an extent to heal All For One. He needed him at his 100% for the future battle that's to come. As we skip to the next day, as a purple portal opened up in the middle of the main hall of UA, as all the heroes are on high alert, as the league step out of the portal with All For One with Izuku. All For One, what are you doing here? Relax, my mortal enemy. I come here to help young Izuku over here. He convinced me to work alongside you heroes. This time, we have a bigger threat to deal with than our than our current battle. We'll continue that to a later date, at at least. He speaks the truth, All Might. He agreed to postpone your battle until we deal with that bastard Bahamut. But first, I need you at 100%. What do you mean, to young Tasuma? This, as Izuku placed a hand on All Might's side, where he got injured from the fight he had with All For One in their last battle, as All Might started to cough up blood, as he started to glow green, as everyone could hear a pop. All Might could immediately tell he has been completely healed. It's good to see you again, brother. Are you sure about this? I am, sister. This is far more bigger than a fight between heroes and villains. This is about the survival of the human species in a whole. Where's Mina anyways? Before Tina could say anything else, the moment Mina saw Izuku, she ran towards him and tackled him to the ground and gave him a passionate kiss on the lips. Before All Might could attack All For One, before he could take another step, Nezu stepped in the hall, stopping him in the tracks. It's good to see you again, safe and sound, young Tsuma. He is right, All Might. This alliance would be best for the entire humanity's safety. We can worry about the villains until this Bahamut is stopped. What can you tell me of what he's planning to do, Izuku? I have a vague idea of what he has planned, but I would like to hear it from your mouth, considering you have such a history with him, what you told me. Izuku got up, so did Mina. His plan is quite simple, Nezu. Bahamut wants to wipe out all humanity. Most likely the current events is just a test run. Bahamut won't stop until he accomplishes his goal. He wants to take over this planet, so the dragonkin can pick up the pieces and rule this world as his own. He can't be reasoned with. He's too strong to be captured or bind. There's only one method to stop him. He needs to die. And before you protest, there's no other way. He's not human, nor am I. I might have some human genes, human DNA. But don't fool yourself, sir. I'm going to kill him at the end of it. I'm going to end this madness. I'm not sure what's going to happen afterwards, but we need to stop him before he genocides the entire human species. I'm willing to do what must be done. You humans should think on what you would do to ensure your species remain. Sorry, give me a second. You should ensure your species main survival. I agree with my brother. Bahamut needs to die. He's far too gone. I normally would strongly disagree with you there, but unfortunately, I know that's the only way. The hero organization is in ruins. The safety committee has been pretty much all killed, according to my intel. Everyone as Tartarus is dead. The civilians in shambles. Tina, how long do we have? I'm not sure yet, Nezu. If I would give an educational guess, we probably have another 3 days, or 4 at the most, before he activates whatever machine he's using to forcibly activate that little girl's quirk. I'll leave Bahamut fate to my brother. My main concern is rescuing that little human. I'm going to correct my mistake I made. That's the least I could do for that girl. My people are already gearing up to assault this island. We should be ready in the next three or 4 days. We need to neutralize him before he wipes out all of humanity. If that happens, that girl most likely will die, and I will not let that happen. She might be human, but she's innocent in all this. Mina, will you come with me? Okay. As she glanced at her at his serious face, as they made their way to the dorm rooms leading to the roof. The dorms leading to the roof, basically. Short pause. I think this actually might be a full episode. So, anyways, let's just continue. Have I told you about my past? My other life? No, I don't. You've never brought it up. I know it's hard to believe, but I had another life before I was reborn and I was sent to this world. I went by the name of Anubis. I was a proud dragon. I've always had a weakness for humans. I even taught them magic, like I did to you. But sadly, they betrayed me. They let their lust for power over oh overtake their senses. They began to drain my magic while they had me restrained. I almost died, but my old friend Mohammed came to my rescue. We fought many battles together. We used to be rivals in the past, but that but ri- but I but sorry, but we slowly turned that rivalry into a close friendship. Sadly, my friend is long gone. He let his hatred for humans overtake his reason. Even when even when he was reincarnated into this world, he still kept that hatred. I still get flashes on my old life. I used to think the same as Bahamut when we were fighting against other dragons, I am not I am not Anubis. I'm just Izuku. That's who I am now. The past doesn't matter one bit. I do have faith in humanity, to a certain degree. And that was thanks to you, my mate. I don't know how things are going to end when I face Bahamut. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Mina. I might not survive this encounter. But that doesn't mean I'm going to my death. I'm going to do my best to try to stop him. I was going to wait too much later before I gave this to you, but I believe this is the right time. Mina remained quiet as she watches a medium-sized wooden box appear in Izuku's hand. As he pulled out a bracelet that's in the shape of a spiraling dragon that wraps around around in circles, basically. As there's a purple gem in the mouth, according to my sister, this is a quite similar to a marriage when it comes to you humans. It's a mate bracelet. Give me your wrist. As he placed one of the bracelets over Mina's wrist and took the other one, put it over his wrist, binding them together. I do plan to propose to you in marriage in human terms when this is done, if you would have me. Mina stared at the beautiful bracelet over her wrist. She suddenly embraced Izuku in a hug, immediately kissed him. Yes, of course I'll marry you. As she kissed him again. Well, isn't that sweet? What do you want, villain? It's simple, Pinky. I love Izuku in my own way, and I don't plan to give up. As as they both as they both start to glare at each other, sparks begin to form between their eyes. I can't leave you by yourself for more than a couple days without you getting into trouble. What's your name? Shigaraki. Instead of fighting between you two girls, why don't you share him? It's not uncommon for a dragonkin to have more than one mate. My question is, do you love my brother? Of course I love him. I love him the very instant that I saw him. Well, I'll leave that up to you two girls. Just don't kill each other. As Tina walks away, Tina left the three of them to work it out as Mina stares at Shigaraki as she sees how she stared at Izuku with caring eyes as she sighed. I don't mind sharing him, but what do you plan to do after this is over? And I'm not blind, I can see in your face expression you do care for my Izu. I've been thinking about this for quite some time. I plan to leave the League. I have new priorities. Both Mina and Shigaraki link their arms with Izuku. Both girls drag Izuku into their room as they both begin to make out with Izuku and each other, as they both begin to disrobe, as they both make love with each other and Izuku. Shigaraki is wearing her gloves so she doesn't accidentally activate her quirk by touching two with all five fingers. She doesn't want to kill them. The next morning, Izuku woke up. Well, the next morning, Izuku woke up from his deep sleep with both girls completely naked. They're both cuddling up to him. He doesn't know how this happened, but he's not complaining. He loves Mina, and he's also attracted to Shigaraki, how aggressive she is. So they made it official. The next morning, he woke up with both girls still wrapped around him. When they finally got up and got dressed, the moment he opened the door, as he was brought into a hug by both his mothers. I'm glad you're alright, son. Principal Nezu informed us what's going on. That he did, and it seems that you've been quite busy, son. As she turns towards the new girl. Two girls now. You work fast. I'll leave you alone with your two girlfriends. Me and your mother have to talk to All Might. Come on, love. As they both walk away holding hands. I'm surprised you're okay with this. She's a villain after all. She might be a villain, but I see she cares about him. I saw how she look at our son yesterday after finding out that she captured him, our son, out of concern of his own safety. She might be a villain, but she does care about him in her own way. That doesn't mean we have more chances to get more grandchildren. As we skip to the awaited battle, the time have came when they gather up all their forces, hero, villain, and dragonkin alike, gathered up as they make their approach to Island. Surprisingly, David Shield and Melissa Shield was waiting for them. Good. Oh, sorry. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, everyone. It's also good to see you again, Izuku. We don't have much time. Bahamut is already starting up the machine again. His machine's at the top of the tallest building on Island. But the way there is going to be difficult. Me and my brother are going to go and Me and my brother are going to take flight. You guys make your way there. We'll try to take down as many as possible. And the rest of my kin will add air support. Got it, sister. As he hugged his two girlfriends now goodbye as he took flight. How are you holding up, brother? Fine. Make sure you don't hold back. Don't plan to, sister. Izuku and Tanya finally approach the tall building where they see some sort of machine. In the middle of the machine is, or the small or big, the humongous device. They see a small girl, unconscious. She has some sort of symbol on her forehead, like she's being controlled by something. It's some sort of mind control. Well, 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 you finally made it, Anubis and traitor. Kill them. Izuku just simply said. Izuku and Tanya said at the both at the same time. Death, chain lightning. Both siblings cast their chain lightning spell. As several dragonkin get electrocuted, Izuku immediately dived towards Bahamut, while Tina ripped through the machine, trying to get the girl out. With one powerful strike, he landed a hit across Bahamut's face, making him go flying backwards in the air, while his sister ripped up the machine. Izuku unleashed the ocean of, after Tina rescued the Eri out of the machine, Izuku unleashed an ocean of lava towards the machine, destroying it alongside with any dragonkin that was near it. Get out of here, sis. I'll take care of him. You bastard. You ruin everything. I'm going to kill you. When their fists collided with each other, making miniature-sized shock waves in the air, as they both fly around and collide fists with each other, as they both dove towards each other. Bahamut flew towards his opponent, then dove to the right, then grabbed onto Izuku's face and dived down, slamming Izuku into the ground, making a crater. As he begins to repeatedly strike Izuku in the face, Izuku tilted his head to the side, making Bahamut strike the ground, making a miniature-sized crater, as Izuku handstand and kicked Bahamut in the face into several buildings. Bahamut burst out of the building and ram Izuku into several buildings that was behind him, slamming his head into the ground, forcing Izuku to activate his dragon scale armor mode. Bahamut kicked Izuku away before he could land a fire spell that was coming from his hand as a beam of fire shoots out, missing Bahamut, destroying several buildings behind him, as they both skid across the ground, as they both dig their claws into the ground, stopping their momentum. Despite you ruining my plans and pissing me off, and don't get me wrong, I'm royally pissed off, but I'm pleased to see you're grown so much stronger since our last encounter, Anubis. This will be the last time we fight, Bahamut. I'm going to kill you. This madness needs to end. Madness, you say? What's maddening is you protecting these god-forsaken, pathetic, weak humans. You might dislike humans, but genociding the whole species is just wrong, and I will not allow it. Izuku casts his lava bullet as he shoots lava bullets out of his mouth, as Bahamut blocked it with his wings. Bahamut created a black flame spear to toss it at Izuku, only to see Izuku grab the spear and toss it back at Bahamut, as Bahamut got hit by his own attack, making him go flying backwards across the pavement, crashing into a car as the car exploded on impact. Izuku's about to attack Bahamut only to see All Might and All For One attack Bahamut. All Might land a 50% smash across his face, while All For One uses air cannon quirk to blast Bahamut further backwards. Sorry, we're late. Yeah, what the musclehead said. You honestly think I would allow you to betray me in the league and you would not get any punishment, Bahamut? You filthy humans, you have no place on this battlefield. This is a battle between dragonkin. Begone, insects. As Bahamut rushed towards All Might and uppercut him in the air, then blasts a huge blast of fire at All For One, only to see All For One dodge out of the way as he's floating in the middle of the air. As All For One grab onto All Might's hand as he throw All Might towards Bahamut, as All Might uses a 100% smash, hitting across Bahamut's face, making him hit the ground, making a humongous crater, changing the weather as the ground begins to crack, only to see Bahamut slowly recovering from his injuries, using some form of healing magic on himself. Bahamut finally unleashed his full power as he flashed in front of All Might and kicked him in the side of the head. Then he ran his claw right into All For One's stomach, piercing his hand right through his stomach. All For One coughed up blood, but grabbed onto the wrist of Bahamut. You're not going anywhere, Dragon Boy. As All Might grabbed onto his other wrist, when he recovered, All For One screamed at Izuku, "Do it now! Let me go, you pathetic humans! You know what to do. Finish it, now!" In that moment, something awakened in Izuku as his scales turned from red to gold as a ray of golden energy emanated off his body. As his horns turned into gold as well, as his eyes turned a bright, glowing gold color. As Izuku rushed forward, as he rammed his claw through Bahamut's chest, piercing his heart, Izuku grabbed the back of Bahamut's head and gently lowered him to the ground as he looked upon his old friend with a saddened expression on his face. Bahamut coughed up blood, staring at his old friend with sadness in his eyes. "So I lost. All I wanted was to protect our kind. Promise me you will look after our kind. They'll be looking for you for leadership, my old friend. My brother in arms. For the first time in many years, my mind is clear. I know what I try to do is unforgivable. But I don't regret nothing. I would do it again if I had a chance. I know, my friend. Your heart was in the right place, but you just went about it the wrong way. Rest, my friend. Leave everything to me. I will guide our people on the right path. I have no doubt you will, my friend. You were always the better one of us. But I do like the new look. The gold suits you, my friend. Goodbye." Izuku grabbed on Bahamut's hand and stayed by his side until he finally passed away, as the light from his eyes fade, as Izuku slowly closed his eyes and picked up his old friend to a clearing, as he set his body on fire, as all the dragonkin stopped fighting with each other, as they all stare upon the golden dragonkin, as all dragonkin that was once enemies kneel down in front of Izuku with their head down. Hear me well, my kin. This conflict is over. It's time to heal. It is true. It is true. Humans are very quick to anger and violence, but it's our job as dragonkin to guide humans in the right path. It is our responsibility. It won't be easy, but we'll do so. A bright future will rise. Human and dragonkin working together side by side. Comrades, allow me to lead you to the bright future, my brothers and sisters. Join me and lead and teach humans to the right path. But we are not meant to rule them. We were meant to guide them in the right direction. It won't be easy road. If the road was easy, it wouldn't be worth traveling. 3 months has passed, as you see Izuku and Mina and Shigaraki are standing right next to each other watching the upcoming battle that's about to start between All For One and All Might in a wide field area, as they're getting ready to have their battle, or their last battle. Izuku could tell there was something different about All For One. He's a lot more calmer, and a lot more less insane. Like the madness that was overtaken finally was released. Like he was lifted from some sort of curse. It was all because of his healing magic. He healed more than his physical injuries. He fixed his brain from taking so many quirks that warped him into the man he was. The battle was fierce and brutal, but at the end of it, there was no decided winner at the end of the battle. After he had his fight with after All For One had his fight with All Might, he declared the League of Villains had officially been disbanded. What was left of the hero suppressed task force made an offer for All For One to join their ranks to help them prevent future villains from surfacing. Surprisingly, he did agree. 6 years has passed, as you see Izuku playing with 3 female dragonkin children. The first one was a pink-scaled dragonkin that Mina gave birth to. Shortly after they got married, his second daughter had bright red scales. The mother of his second child was his second wife, Lu, and the third child was pure white scales with bright red glowing eyes that she inherited from her mother, Shigaraki. He also married her as well. As they made their home on a island where majority of the dragonkin made their home, he married his 3 wives. When he married his 3 wives, he extended their lives with magic so they could live mostly in peace. Villains did occasionally occur, but with the hero suppressed task force rebuilt, Japan is slowly recovering. It might take several years or a couple generations, but they're slowly getting back to how things used to be. But things will never be exactly this time. There will always be struggle when it comes to humans from good and evil, but with the Dragonkin guidance, their future is bright. UA eventually turned into a magic school. Many dragonkin became teachers there. Tina adopted Eri as her own daughter. She found out the young girl was quite a genius when it comes to magic. She was a prodigy. All Might eventually passed on his quirk to the next generation. He eventually passed on over his power over to the daughter of Koski Bakugo and Araka. Araka and Bakugo eventually got married after she tamed his attitude a little more. Izuku retired from being a hero shortly after his 3 daughters were born. Both of his mothers were extremely happy. They had 3 grandchildren to spoil. This is where our story is going to end. The story ended off in a happier note. Not all my fanfiction will end at a happy note, but that's for another time. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Enjoy my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.